part 3 to my first deal that I purchased. I realized that I kind of ran through some of the numbers, but that I didn't break down how much the cash flow was. I didn't even talk about depreciation. I kind of touched on the how much we got when we sold it, but I wanted to actually look and see how much annualized return to show why even a deal that I thought wasn't really a great deal was actually pretty good. So here, actually, this is a picture of Banff, Canada, where I've never been, but I want to go. And 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 so I just figured I'd put that there. Keep your dreams in front of you, right? Let's see here. So this is my little spreadsheet I went over on part 1 and then part 2, where I had the returns that I thought I was going to get, and then down here are the returns. So the actual numbers, I was looking at my tax returns, I was looking at my spreadsheet that I have, and 2013 was just a part year, if you remember. September is when we bought the property, so there was a little bit of cash flow, not too much as far as taxes or expenses, not too much debt pay down because it was only 3 or 4 months, and so the depreciation was also smaller. I actually don't remember. I was trying to find the tax return for that, but I just threw a depreciation number up there. It's not that big of a deal, even though these are pretty actual numbers otherwise. So 4,000 cash flow, a negative number on 2014 because we painted and put granite in, so all those expenses exceeded our income. All the normal expenses, plus then we did some work, so we were able to write that off, and so it was a negative cash flow. So that's not a great thing, but in the world of investing, it's not about the 1 month or that 1 year. For me, it's a longer term thing. So add all these up, and the total cash flow for just over 4 years was $12,224. And the debt pay down, I just kind of calculated. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I looked at a mortgage calculator, and it all was about $8,000 of debt pay down. So our original loan of $114 or whatever was then paid down to about $116. So that when we sold it, we got that $8,000. Now, yes, we'll have to pay. We had to pay taxes, or potentially pay taxes on that money, but it's still a profit that we didn't have to work for. I didn't have to clock in and work for. And then the depreciation. So some people, I'm going to probably do another video on depreciation, but my understanding of it is it's kind of just a law, that a tax law that's made up, that I take advantage of, and anybody would that owns a property. But the 4,392 is basically 127 and a half, like 127th and a half, whatever, of the value of the property, not counting the land. So the land doesn't cost too much. If the property costs $160,000, the land's $20,000. It's $140,000 divided by 27.5 to get the 4,392. You can also just ask your tax advisor, or search in a calculator. So those I just looked up on my tax returns, and those were the numbers each year. Put it down here, 17,000, and then I went over here to try and see. Okay, I want to see how much percentage return on investment it was. So the cash flow was a 30% return on investment over all the years. The debt pay down was 20%, and then the appreciation was right at 20,000. I think I said 22 in my other video, but I recalculated it. It was closer to 20, so 50%. Add them all up over the I figured it was around 4.3 years, because it was like 2 or 3 months on one end. So 100% divided by 4.3 equals 23.44 annualized return. So that's not bad for doing a little bit. I learned it was a mostly passive investment. Yes, there was some getting a tenant in there, and some, finding a painter and a lot, that kind of stuff. But 23.4% annualized return, like, you don't have to do that on that much money to grow your money pretty good. So hopefully that made sense. Nice, trying to make it nice and simple so people can understand. I also, the all cash flow was tax free in all these situations, because each year the depreciation was higher than our income, which isn't a good or a bad thing, but I don't mind. I like tax free income. So if I made $12,000 and I didn't have to pay taxes on it, versus somebody that has to pay 25% taxes on $12,000, then they really only have 8,000. Or, on the flip side, they have to make whatever it is, $15,000 to keep 12,000. So who's working harder? So that's me just trying to keep real estate simple. Ask me questions if you have them, and that will do it.